Hello everyone, welcome back to Mr. English Talks. I'm so happy you're here today because this video is going to be very special. Today I want to share something very close to my heart, my own English journey. This is not just about grammar or vocabulary, this is about real struggle, real mistakes, real growth, and the path that took me from zero English to becoming fluent and confident. My hope is that by sharing my story, you will not only learn some practical steps, but also feel inspired to keep moving forward in your own English journey. Because if I can do it, you can absolutely do it too. When I started, I was just like many of you. English felt like a mountain. I could understand a few words, maybe say a simple sentence, but when someone spoke quickly, it felt like a storm in my head. I remember the first time someone asked me in English, "How are you?" And my brain just froze. I wanted to answer, but no words came out. I felt embarrassed, nervous, and honestly, I doubted myself. Maybe you felt that way too. Maybe you've been in that situation where you know something in your mind, but your tongue refuses to speak. That's where I started, completely from zero. But here's the thing, every expert was once a beginner. Nobody is born fluent. Just like you learn to walk step by step, you learn to speak English step by step. And I want to show you how I walked that path. In the beginning, I made one big mistake. I tried to memorize hundreds of grammar rules and difficult words. I thought, if I know all the grammar, then I will speak English perfectly. But the truth was different. I had grammar in my mind, but my tongue was silent. I realized that English is not just about rules. It is about practice, confidence, and using the language in daily life. So I changed my approach. The first real step I took was listening. I surrounded myself with English. I listened to songs. I watched movies. I played English podcasts even when I didn't understand half the words. At first it was frustrating. It felt like noise. But slowly my ears started to recognize sounds, phrases, patterns. It's like when a baby listens to parents before they start speaking. That's exactly what I was doing. I was training my ears. Then came speaking. Oh, speaking was the hardest part. I was shy. I was scared of making mistakes. I thought people would laugh at me. But one day, I asked myself, what's the worst that can happen? Maybe they laugh, maybe they correct me, but at least I will learn. And from that day, I decided to speak no matter what. I talked to myself in the mirror. I recorded my voice. I pretended I was giving a speech to an audience. It felt silly, but it worked. Because the more I spoke, the more natural it became. And let me tell you something important. Mistakes are your best teachers. Every time I made a mistake, I was one step closer to fluency. I remember once I said, "I'm go to market." People laughed. I felt bad for a moment, but then I thought, at least I tried. Next time I will say I am going to the market. And guess what? That mistake taught me more than any grammar book. So don't run away from mistakes. Collect them, learn from them, and move forward. Another big part of my journey was reading. I started with small things, children's books, comic books, even simple news articles. I didn't try to understand every single word. I just wanted the idea. And slowly my vocabulary started to grow. I learned words in context, not from a dictionary. For example, instead of memorizing the word opportunity, I read it inside a story. He got an opportunity to travel. That context made me remember it forever. Writing also played a huge role. I kept a diary in English. Every night I wrote 3 or 4 sentences about my day. At first, the sentences were broken, sometimes incorrect. But with time, they became smoother, more natural. Writing helped me organize my thoughts, and when I spoke, I could use the same phrases I had written. Now, I want you to imagine this journey like building a house. Listening is the foundation, speaking is the walls. Reading adds the windows, and writing gives you the doors. Together, they create a strong, beautiful house where fluency can live. You cannot build a house in one day, but if you place one brick every day slowly, that house becomes real. There were also times when I felt like giving up. Maybe you felt that too. I studied for months, but my progress felt slow. I compared myself to others. I thought, why can they speak fluently and I can't? But then I realized comparison is poison. The only person you should compare yourself with is the person you were yesterday. Even if today you know one more new word, even if today you speak one sentence more confidently than yesterday, that is progress. And progress is success. What really pushed me forward was setting small goals. I didn't say, I will be fluent in 1 year. That was too big, too heavy. Instead, I said, this week, I will learn how to introduce myself. Next week, I said, I will practice ordering food in English. Small goals gave me small wins, and those wins gave me motivation to keep going. And that's what I want for you too. Don't think about fluency as one giant mountain. Break it into small hills and climb one at a time. Another powerful thing that changed my journey was community. I found people who were also learning. We practiced together, encouraged each other, and celebrated our mistakes. Learning alone is hard, but learning with others gives you energy. If you don't have a partner, create one online, join a group, or even talk with me here on this channel. Because together, we are stronger. So step by step, I went from 0 to fluent. From freezing in front of a simple, "How are you?" to confidently holding conversations, giving speeches, and now teaching others. And you know what the most beautiful part is? The journey never ends. Even today, I am still learning new words, still improving. English is not a destination, it is a journey. And that journey can be exciting if you make it fun. So let me leave you with some practical steps you can start today. Listen every day, even for 10 minutes. Speak out loud, even if it's just to yourself. Read something simple. Don't worry about every word. Write a few lines daily about your life. And above all, don't be afraid of mistakes. Remember, fluency is not about perfection, it's about communication. And you already have everything inside you to make it happen. The world is waiting to hear your voice, your ideas, your story, in English. If I could move from 0 to fluent, so can you. It's not about talent, it's about persistence. It's not about luck, it's about practice. Believe in yourself, trust the process, and take one small step every day. Thank you so much for staying with me through this story. I hope my journey gives you strength for your own. And if you found this video helpful, if you felt even a little motivated, then please support this channel, because together we are building a family of English learners. So, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe this video.